How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Massive Beer Reviews, back with an unboxing. Yes, an unboxing. I'm a lucky dude. People send me beer. That's pretty freaking awesome. You know, breweries send me beer. That's pretty cool. Friends give me beer. And then probably the ones that really kind of, you know, are the coolest. Not to check off boxes or anything like that or rank anything. It's just people I've never met before. People that are viewers and watch stuff and they enjoy stuff and they you know, decide, hey man, I'd love to send you some beer, see what you think of things. And that's always the fucking coolest, because somebody actually take their hard-earned cash, go out there, get some beers and send them your way is infinitely cool. This unboxing comes from viewer Brian. And it was kind of cool because it was, I don't know, plucked at my heartstrings a little bit, because he wasn't really into beer. He's like, hey man, he's like, you know, haven't really been into beer, and you know, I drink a couple drinks a year. That's pretty much it. But his family, his fiance, his family, and stuff like that would girlfriend. I'm not sure if he said fiance, so if his fiance watches, I'm sorry, or girlfriend. Anyway, I'll shut my mouth about that part. It said, you know, they kind of turned him on to craft beer. So he started kind of, you know, experimenting into craft beer, and ended up just kind of digging on, you know, Belgians, yeasty driven stuff, malty and yeasty driven stuff. Not necessarily into the hoppy stuff, more into Belgians, some Belgian darks, but very particular. You know, he's not big into some of the more popular Belgian darks, but liked some of the ones that I liked and stuff like that. So he ended up connecting on that, and he actually ended up going on a trip to Belgium. He's like, just reached out and he's like, hey man, I'm going to Belgium. Do you want me to bring you back some beers? I was like, listen, dude, if you want to send me a beer from Belgium when you get back, that's fantastic. But I'm not going to, because he asked me, what do you want? I was like, I'm not going to tell you what to bring me. But if you want to give me a beer, that's fantastic of you. It's pretty awesome. So, you know, his trip goes by, he comes back, he's like, I have some beer for you. So he sent me some beer. So yeah, let's open this up and see what we have. And he just got in a beer. Well, this is pro level shit right here. So anyway, I have no idea what's in here. I know there's some Belgian stuff. I know that, I believe there's some local stuff. All I know is this is by volume, outside volume. Let's put it that way. It's the biggest beer mail that I think I've ever received. Ralph, you send me the big ones, and you send me a ton, so you definitely have the gross net product version of King Shit of Fuck Mountainous. But this one's pretty big, so I'm pretty impressed by everything, and it's packaged absolutely beautifully. So hold on to your chairs there, because this might take a bit. Again, there's Belgian beers in here, so it's going to be a lot of, I assume, 750s and things like that. So it ends up taking a bit of space up really quick. It is. See, I thought it's not a ton of beer; it's just a lot of big beer, and it's actually packed beautifully. So that is pretty awesome. And then we have a package within a package. I don't even know what's going on here. That's super dense. Okay, so the big portion is over. So we got what looks like four big 750s here, and then we have this additional jammer in here. I assume is a little bit smaller. Where the hell did I put my little knife? Smaller stuff. Look at me actually using a box cutter to open stuff instead of a wine key, like a dum-dum. It's like I evolved or something. Okay, here we go. Ooh, okay. Well, you don't get that every day. Yeah, you don't get one of those every day, do you? I don't actually know if there's Westies inside. You might pack something different. I just all of a sudden assume there's something else in there. So we have this box. Could be full of Westies. Might not be. We have four big 750s. So let's jump into this box first. Like I said, it could be something totally not West Veltrin or West Veltrin, whatever you want to call it. That stops working. Let's go to get a wine key, as I do. So here we go. Okay, there's a bunch of beer in here. We have what looks like a little sixer of beers. We have Westveltron 8. And Westveltron 8. That's alright. Westveltron 12. Yeah, that's okay. What do we have here? We have Hardywood Single. I have not had this. I've seen it multiple times. It's so funny. I'm gushing over the Hardywood Single. I really wanted to try this. I've seen it on shelves when I lived in Pennsylvania. It would get there all the time. I don't know if we get Hardywood down here in Jersey now, but I saw it there, and I always wanted to pick it up. I never did, so thank you. No, the Three Notched Brewing Company. Charlottesville, Virginia is from down Virginia way, and this is our Brown English Ale. So that looks pretty cool. I can get down with some Brown English Ale. And another Three Notch. This is their Double Dark Chocolate Biggie and S'mores Imperial Stout. So those are the bottles. So that's pretty freaking killer. The Westies are fantastic. It's always one of my favorite beers, oddly enough. Scientific fact. I am a fan of the 8 more than the 12. I love the 12, don't get me wrong, but if you actually held a gun in my head and say, you can have a 12, Westie 12, or you can have a St. Bernardus 12. I actually like St. Bernardus 12 better. So I can get that. The Westies, the 8s, just nothing stands up to them. They're my favorite of the bunch. So first Barrage. Thank you very much, dude. That is absolutely fucking killer. I don't even know where to put this stuff. Oh, bottles. Yeah, buddy. Gotta take a sip. I'm getting a little overheated. Push it all on the camera so you can see it. Make it all pretty. So we have these 750s to deal with now. I thought it was all cool. So I pulled that out and my mic went playing, so excuse the audio anomalies. Okay, what do we have here? Ooh, another Hardy one. It's a Bourbon Barrel Crew. Now, I have had this. I think I'm almost positive I reviewed it. If I didn't post it, I still reviewed it because I remember doing that. But I did not like it. This is a different label, so I don't know if it's a different beer, but I don't think I think it was their quad aged bourbon whiskey barrels. Doesn't mean I'm not going to review it again, because I love quads, and a little bourbon barrel aging never hurt anyone unless you're Sazerac building in 2018 you collapse on itself twice. That's the only time you'll hurt yourself if you're a bourbon barrel. No one's gonna get that joke except for bourbon people. Now, I'm not a bourbon person, so then what the fuck do I know? Okay, what do we have here? Oh, yes. I've had this beer before, as you can see right here. Yeah, I found this beer in Jersey, actually. Several years ago, I was just rolling through New Jersey, and I was like, wow, I'll give this a flyer. And I thought it was absolutely fantastic. But it'll be really cool to kind of give it a whirl, not having it for several years. So I probably reviewed this when I first started doing beer reviews, so about 4 years ago, give or take. So that was, 2014. This is best before 2012. So I was definitely reviewed this before its best before date. This is best before the end of 2017. Not exactly the same amount of dating on it, but it definitely is kind of close. So it'll be cool to kind of go back to the beer and give it a whirl and see how she's aged. So yeah, plus I loved it. I've had it before too. I've actually had it on draft. A couple of where I used to live, there was this bar that had a bunch of crazy stuff on draft, and they had it on a couple times. So I dug it, but those were more fresher ones, and I'm assuming the age bottle will probably do me a little bit better. I really love this label. What do we have here? Locally brewed by Pleasure House Brewing, Onshore Drive in Virginia Beach. It's their Snatch You Bald Head. It's a Belgian-style quadruple with mulling spices. There's a story in the back. I'll read that when I review the beer. But yeah, it looks kind of like, South Parky, kind of weird, but you're talking about a 750 of a nice kind of Belgian quad with mulling spices. I have no idea what that means. That's pretty fucking cool. I think that label, I just love that label. You know what that label reminds me of? It reminds me of if an American Belgian brewery label. Belgian breweries have always produced some of my favorite labels. Why? Not because they're drawn fantastically. Not because they're drawn like kookily stupid. They are. But not on purpose. You have the people like your Hoof Hearted and some breweries that just kind of draw labels and try to be super goofy and super dumb. Belgian brewery labels have always been like kind of like who can draw even rudimentarily, and someone's like, I'll try, and they draw it and they go, okay, there's the label. It's not a matter of labels come off kooky, but not on purpose. That's kind of where that one comes off to me, a little bit like that. So I kind of dig that. So let's see what else we have here. Reach down, move this thing. I'm gonna break everything. Last but not least, we have Redneck Wenning. Okay, this is Licking Hole Creek. I thought I recognized the label here. We have the Redneck Wenning. It's a Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Aged Quadruple. See, he's preaching to me, man. He's preaching to me. Belgians just out the wazoo, man. I love my beer meals, man. I love them. I love the stuff that people send, whether it is, you know, off the shelf beer to whatever, because someone digs something enough to send it. That's pretty fucking cool, and I can get down with that shit. Like I said, I kind of like, oh, I wanted to do the Hardywood single. You know what I mean? Most people geek out over the other beers, but to get a big Belgian kind of mixture of all this stuff is just, it's like beaming me back in the 2002. Redneck Wenning is Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Aged Quadruple Ale. I thought I saw something bought. Okay, it looks like he wrote on here he bought this to 2018. Can I kind of give me an idea? Licking Hole Creek, it just basically has a buck and a doe kind of getting married on there. But you're talking about, man, look at that. Oh, that's a pretty lineup right there. God, the Belgian delicious, hopeful goodness. I mean, I've had these two before. Like I said, I've had this before. Not the same time in my life, and not the same batches, not when it was originally brewed. So that in of itself is kind of cool, because you're just like, okay, you're going to change. Sure, you're going to change. Your tastes are going to change. You're going to go into beers differently, but also the beer is going to change over time. It's always going to evolve. There's an ebb and flow to it, especially with yeast-based stuff. And, you know, you're talking about throwing in, you know, active yeast, bottle conditioning, Belgian candied sugars, all kinds of things. So the beers are going to vary. They're going to move. They're going to organically breathe, you know, inhale and exhale and just change over time. So it's going to be a fun journey. And Brian, thank you very much, dude. This is absolutely fantastic. I can't wait to review these. It's going to take a little bit for me to get through some of these. These are higher ABV beers, so I got to find time to do them, but I will review every single one of these. Yeah, every single one of them will get done, minus camera failure if something goes sideways, but that happens from time to time, but it's very few and far between. I felt bad for the people. Joe from Joe's Arcade actually touched on this not too long ago, and I've said it before. It happens sometimes, and I've lost some pretty cool beers that people have sent me over time, but yeah, barring stuff like that, these will all get done. So thank you very much, Brian. Super cool of you. Can't wait to dive into these. Can't wait to yeah, show you guys if I enjoy them or not. Guess what? Spoiler alert. I'm probably going to love most of them. And, yeah, anyway, hopefully see you guys next time. Cheers.